So right before the break, we were just talking about how you noticed a shift in 1988 on the issue in free trade, and I think we were talking beforehand how you're knocking on doors and talking to people in Niagara Falls, and there was a bit of a shift. It's interesting because your riding appears to be one of those ridings that might be up for or be a contentious riding in the next election. Some are saying that there are numerous ridings throughout the country that have about a 6% spread, and Niagara Falls is one of those. What are you seeing are some of the preeminent issues in your own riding or in these, what we might say, more contentious ridings?
Well, there's a number of issues, and obviously the economy is one of them. I mean, tourism is huge in the Niagara area, and they've seen a huge drop, needless to say, in tourism because of the closures of the border. That is one of the issues. Our manufacturing industry, people in small businesses. I mean, I've had a couple of people just on my street who run a small business and tell me how difficult it is now that they're reopening actually to get anybody to work for them, you see?
Sure.
And so these are the kinds of issues that strike the people of my area. The fruit and wine industry is huge in my area. Needless to say, the auto industry, all those things have been very big over the years.
So we're seeing that we've had a bit of a rebound to the economy. It appears that we're moving in that direction. A bit of a drop in inflation, but yet it's still threatening. And of course, with quantitative easing and such, it's probably going to be an issue that will be continuing to be revisited. What are the specific economic issues that need to turn? And specifically when we're taking a look at government debt load, et cetera.
Here's one of the things I think they've got to support industry by having a direct help to the industry in terms of them allowing them to hire people, whether it's wage subsidies. Say they've got to get out of the business at this point in time now about paying people to stay home. We've got to do the opposite. We've got to sort of assist small
through industry.
That's right. And so this has got to be the focus, and I believe it will be the focus of a new Conservative government.
Okay, and so there's other issues like climate change, affordable housing, healthcare is always a continual issue.
Yes.
What distinguishes the Conservative platform from the Liberal platform on some of these other issues?
I'll tell you one of the things that you're going to see. The Conservative Party is very, very involved and very interested and very supportive of doing something to help in the mental health area. This is going to be a huge challenge for us as we come out of this COVID-19 era that we're in. The people who have been affected by this, and there has to be more focus on that. And I believe you'll hear Aaron O'Toole be speaking about this very, very soon. But that is going to be a part of one of the priorities of this new Conservative government.
So what does that look like practically? Of course, you have the federal government that has their hand in healthcare by way of some of the transfers and such. So what are some of the specifics that an Aaron O'Toole government would bring into play? Or obviously the full platform hasn't been released, but what are some of the understandings that you have?
I'm not going to try and I'm not in a position to release the platform here or to have the details, but definitely working with the province and cooperating with them. This is what you have to do, because you're right. Healthcare, for the most part, is a provincial issue, but it's a national issue as well in terms of what people are going through in this country here. And he will work with the provincial governments to make sure that there is programs, there is accessibility for people who have these issues, that the healthcare system will, reconfigure itself and focus on this area. If you go back 30 years ago, were people focused on mental health in this area? No.
Sure.
No, nobody was. But today we understand, and that all those issues are going to get larger after this COVID-19 starts.
So let's take a look at it. I like how you talked about the cooperation between the federal government and the provincial government on issues like healthcare and that. One of the major issues in this election we're seeing is this $10 a day daycare. We saw Prime Minister Trudeau give $6 billion over to the Quebec government. Of course, that's probably will help politically in making sure that some of those seats don't go awry. There seems to be some coziness. But what is the Conservative perspective on the $10 a day daycare?
Well, the Liberals have been promising free daycare for the last 30, 35 years. That's been one of their political platforms here, accessibility to government-sponsored daycare. But The Conservatives will continue to, I'm sure, support that, support the whole daycare industry. I was on remember a Royal Commission one time,